round, because today we're going to talk about the 2008 financial crisis. Alright folks, gather round, because today we're going to talk about the 2008 financial crisis, or as I like to call it, the Great Recession. Now, I know you might be thinking, what does this have to do with me? I was barely even alive back then. Well, let me tell you, my young friend, the effects of the crisis are still being felt today, so it's important to understand what happened and why. First things first, let's set the stage. It was the early 2000s, and the housing market was booming. Everyone and their grandma wanted a piece of the American dream, which meant buying a home. The banks saw this as an opportunity to make a whole lot of money, so they started giving out mortgages left and right. And when I say left and right, I mean to anyone who could fog a mirror. You didn't need a job, or even good credit, as long as you had a pulse, you were in. And that, my friends, is how you start a financial crisis. Banks were failing left and right, the stock market was tanking, and people were losing their jobs and homes left and right. It was a mess. But don't worry, the government swooped in to save the day. They bailed out the banks and implemented a bunch of new regulations to make sure this never happened again. Oh, wait, no they didn't. They bailed out the banks, sure, but then they just kinda went back to business as usual. In fact, some argue that the regulations they did implement actually made things worse by stifling small banks and giving the big guys even more power. So what's the lesson here, kiddos? Well, for one, greed is never a good thing. And secondly, when the people in charge of our financial system are allowed to play fast and loose with our money, bad things happen. We need to hold our banks and government accountable if we want to avoid another Great Recession. So there you have it, a brief overview of the 2008 financial crisis. I hope you learned something, and if not, at least you got some free sarcasm out of it. Stay woke, my friends. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found these tips helpful. If you have any suggestions or topics you'd like to see covered in future videos, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all my latest content. Until next time, keep learning and growing.